Juliana, you believe that Eric sexually abused your son?
100%. I believe my kid.
What happened?
We were getting ready for work, and I use a professional dental kit to clean my teeth. And he did exactly what he said. He said, "Is this to get the?"
Isn't that? What did you think when he said that? Like,
I didn't know what to think at the time.
so do you think he used the dental kit on your son?
Yes, I believe so.
And what did you say to him?
Well, I said, "No, it's for your teeth."
Okay.
But I didn't feel right, so I went to my supervisor and I talked to her. And so when I came home, I pulled it back out and I said, "What is this for?" And he said the same thing, to get the. And so I asked him, I said, "Has anybody hurt your bottom?" And he told me yes. And I said, "Okay, well, who?" And he said, "Daddy." I asked him, "Okay, where?" He said, "In my room." I said, "Where was Mommy?" "I don't know." He said, "I don't know." So I assumed I wasn't home. Right there, I went to the police precinct. From there, immediately.
And what happened?
They took my statement, and I never heard from them again.
You never heard from the police again?
Never heard from them
Not
again.
even a follow-up call from
Nope.
a detective or anything?
They didn't, but they didn't put it over to SVU. I tried to call SVU. I never got through to them. So when I didn't hear from them, I went and called CPS. I gave them my police report number, and CPS said, "Well, you already have custody, so there's nothing we can do."
What?
And when did you confront Eric about it?
I called him that night. I called him
He
and I
didn't live
reeled
with
him
you
out.
he didn't live with you?
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He did. As soon as he found out that we went to the police station, he left all his stuff there, didn't come back for his stuff, never came back to the apartment.
Wait a second. How did he know he went to the police?
I told him I did.
Oh, and so you said, "Hey, did you do this?" And what was his reaction?
Oh, he denied it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
no,
then
I love my son.
he picked up his stuff and he just.
He didn't pick up his
Oh,
stuff.
he didn't take anything?
Oh, no, he never came back.
So after he left, did he would come back and see his son?
Originally, no, I didn't allow him to.
Yeah.
I did not
How
allow
long
him
did that
to.
go on for?
For a good 6 or 7 months, because I didn't trust him. But I put my son in therapy, and he was diagnosed with PTSD, and he has dissociation spells. And he
But
had,
there was no physical evidence of
No,
abuse, right?
there was no physical.
No injuries that the doctors were able to determine?
No.
When was he allowed to see your son again?
When the therapist had told me, to do supervised visitation when he asks, because he was having a very hard time from having daddy every day to no daddy at all. And it was affecting him behavior-wise.
So your son wanted to see daddy?
He does. He loves his father.
Now, Eric says on the tape that he wonders if you're accidentally coaching him by confusing him.
He's so full of it.
No?
No.
And if Eric is here today and he fails the lie detector test, what will you do?
I'm going back to the precinct.
Okay, so Eric is in the green room, and I'm told he doesn't want to come out.
Of course not.
All right, well, I'm going to go back and talk to Eric.
Am
You
I
want to
gonna
come
come
with me?
How's it going?
How you doing, Eric?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thought you wanted to come on the Steve Wilkos show.
We are on the Steve Wilkos show.
But-
Then we're backstage.
We're backstage.
Yeah, we're
backstage.
backstage. Yeah, we're backstage.
You're such a baby.
Oh, you're such a child.
Oh,
Oh, you're so immature.
oh.
You want your test answers?
Yeah.
I took the lie detectors test. That's why we're
You
here.
can't man up and go out on stage.
All right, come on. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm just curious, why didn't you initially want to come out on stage?
I had a rough night and stuff.
Okay. Did you ever sexually assault your son?
No, never.
Never stuck anything?
Nope.
Then why would he say it?
You know what? When you guys had asked him those questions, I feel like our son might have been confused.
He was 3 years old.
Okay, and he's young as well, and he could be
What
confused
3-year-old
as
says,
well.
"Daddy stabbed me"?
I would never do
Is he
anything
fine?
to that my child.
Before this accusation came up of with your son, how was your relationship with her?
Our relationship was rocky. It was up and down. I had my issues. I was smoking a lot of weed day in, day night. Every day, all day long. I don't really smoke as much anymore.
So it was a big issue back then.
It was a really big issue, yeah.
Did you work back then?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I maintained my job, you know.
But you just smoke a lot.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just,
so
you know, I smoked a lot of marijuana.
before the accusation came out, you planned on staying in the relationship, right?
Well, we were gonna work our relationship out.
And then you left all your stuff and you left.
So I initially was at my sister's house for the weekend. I was gonna come back to the house, but you know, she just told me not to come
And
back.
you never
she
came
was
back?
very angry. I tried to come back. She was angry.
But you never came back.
I didn't come back, but I came back after a few months.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
Angry
Over
with
the
me.
past year, how many times have you seen your son?
Probably like 15 times.
15 times in a year, like a little over once a month. What's the relationship like with the two of you now? Not that you have one, but I mean, are you civil with each other?
I try to be, for the most part.
She's civil to you?
It's a little rocky, but we were working on it.
Yeah. And you guys don't ever fool around or anything, right?
No,
No.
Okay. You got a girlfriend now?
I do.
And she's 2 months pregnant.
She is 7 months pregnant.
7 months pregnant?
Yeah.
Do you feel bad that you're not more in your son's life?
I do feel bad, and I would like to be there.
Does he
for
give
him
you
more.
money for the son?
He's supposed to pay child support.
Does he give you money? No. What, you don't give her money?
I pay child support.
Do you give her money?
Anytime she.
Do you give her money? It's a
Yes.
yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're saying no?
Yeah.
Once
she
in a
gets,
blue moon.
She
Once
gets
in a
child
blue
support,
moon.
and then anytime she asks for money, I give
Are
it
you
to her.
working now?
Yeah. I just started working. I have a job.
Are you going to pass this lie detector test?
Yeah, I know I will.
You know you will.
Yeah.
We came here and we gave you a lie detector test to make sure you weren't lying and fabricating. And we asked you, Juliana, did you tell your son to say his father, Eric, sexually abused him? You answered no. Are you fabricating the story that Eric sexually molested your son? You answered no. Results came back the same to each question, and it came back that Juliana told the truth.
Now what? I'm waiting for yours.
Man, I hope you pass, because if you don't, like, she's going to go back to the cops. I got to imagine the woman that's pregnant with your child now might
She'll
wanna-
probably stay with him
Why do you say that?
because she defends everything he does.
Eric came here, took a lie detector test, and we asked him, have you ever sexually molested your 4-year-old son? You answered no. Have you ever sexually abused your son with any object? You answered no. Did you ever sexually abuse your son with Juliana's flosser? You answered no. Results came back all the same, and it came back that Eric told the truth.
I told you. I wasn't lying. I never have.
We need to figure out who did it then.
My story has been the same since day one. I will never hurt my child.
Somebody did.
I love my son. Granted, I father, and I can admit that. But at the end of the day, anytime she messages me and he needs anything, I am there.
You know, and we're glad, right? You're
Yes.
happy and relieved, right?
Yes.
We both have clarity. We both have the answers that we want.
But it took a year. It took over a year since the allegation came out.
Yep.
That, you know, and over a year, you went from seeing your son every day to, you know,
I
seeing
wasn't
him.
seeing him, and I can admit that.
Right.
I wasn't seeing him. And the reason why I wasn't seeing him, I can tell you why, is because Juliana was upset with me.
Because you were
and
scared of her.
I did what I was supposed to do.
She did what she was supposed to she protected our son.
Okay. I don't want to hear a sob story here. So you got a little boy now who's how old? 4? Going to be 4. And you're going to, do you know what you're having now?
A girl.
A little girl. So now, perfect, right? Same as I got. A little boy, little girl.
Yep.
And are you going to be a dad that they, you know, when they get to be the age of like my children? I think my children are very proud of me. You know, serving them. No. I'm not doing it for that. But I've always done something with my life. When I got out of high school, I joined the Marines. I became a police officer. I got on TV. I've always busted my ass because I wanted to be somebody. And then I wanted to, when I had kids, I wanted to be somebody they look up to. Are you going to be that dad?
Yeah, I
When
am.
are you going to start?
Well, I'm going to start after the show.
Well, that's good. Hope it works out for you.
It's very nice
Thanks
to
for
meet you.
coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck, brother.
On my 35th birthday, I had a girls' trip. And my money got stolen. $1,200. And I'm here to figure out who stole the money. Me and Kiana been best friends for over 21 years. Tiffany and I have been knowing each other for going on 4 years. Coco and I have been knowing each other 8 years. Dee Dee and I have been knowing each other for 7 years. Terrell, I just met her last year. So when we first arrived, it was only me, Kiana, Terrell, and Tiffany. Coco and Dee Dee was coming in the next day.
I got there on day 2 of the trip. I was greeted by Tyronda and Tiffany outside with shots. So Tyronda escorted us upstairs. Then Tiffany, she come behind us a few minutes later.
I took Dee Dee and Coco to their room. I left my wallet downstairs thinking I could trust my friends.
Now let's go to the beach.
So when we got ready, we hopped in Uber and we went to the beach.
We get to the beach. Oh, the beach is nice. It's pretty. So we go to the beach bar, order us some food. We sitting down eating food, video recording ourselves, having a good old time, having drinks because, I'm about to get my drink on.
We vibing, the atmosphere great, but when it was time for me to pay, I checked my purse and it was only $29 in there. And I had $1,200. So I'm like, where the hell my money at? Like,
What you mean your money gone?
I know for a fact I had $1,200.
Oh, here go Tiffany. Oh, here you go with that drunk. You always drunk. Like, why is you doing all that?
I don't even drink. I had a shot, not even a whole shot.
She said her money is gone and you already ready to just act all out like it's your money. It's not even your money.
So me and Kiana went back to the house and I checked everywhere. The money wasn't there.
So me, Dee Dee, and Terrell and Tiffany is at the beach. So we sitting at the beach, chilling, talking to see what's going on. Tiffany get on the phone, calling her mama and her sister, like it's whatever, she gonna fight, whatever, she ready to pop it off. So I call Tyronda like, hey, what's up? Like, cause Tiffany seems like she wanna fight you.
Somebody stole my money and you want to fight me about my money.
I said, go ahead and check our stuff now while we not there. Go ahead and do a search now. No, I don't want to go through y'all stuff. I said I would have went through everybody's stuff. Like, no, baby.
When I realized the money was gone and it wasn't in the house, I felt like crap. I couldn't trust nobody I brought to spend time with me on my birthday.
So the next day, Tiffany and Terrell is downstairs. Terrell already got her bags packed. Tiffany felt like we was talking about her, so she was like, oh, I'm finna go. Yeah, I up there trying to make it seem like I stole her money. I'm leaving too. I'm out. Tiffany didn't even tell Tyronda that she was leaving. Her ass was out the door.
So everybody still been talking to me. Only person I haven't talked to is Tiffany. And we was talking every day, all day, 24/7. And it ain't been the same.
Tiffany said that I was in Tyronda's ear telling her that it was Tiffany. Like, bitch, are you delusional? Everybody else was saying it was your ass, and I the only one had your back.
Everybody gonna take a test. Tiffany, Kiana, Coco, and Dee Dee. So I can figure out who stole my money.
I feel like because you was moving weird, Tiffany, that you probably got the money.
This is supposed to be my 35th birthday trip. I supposed to have been in Jordan with my friends. We were planning this trip over a year. It just went crazy because someone stole $1,200 from me. No matter how long I've been knowing anyone, I just can't trust nobody at this point.
So, Tiffany, I guess everybody's wondering when you're going to give the money back.
I don't have the money to give. I didn't steal the money, Steve.
Yeah.
I don't know where the money at, and at this point, I don't even where the money at.
Why does everybody think you took the money?
Because I did leave the trip early. I left the trip the third day, the morning of. I don't do the weird. I don't stick around with nobody that steal. None of that. I don't even associate myself with that. So once somebody stole her money, it's time to go. Like, I'm in Puerto
So
Rico.
you flew all the way to Puerto Rico, and you only stayed for 3 days.
I stayed for 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit around and be around with people that's stealing from friends. Like, who does that? So once we go home, Kiana and Ty still, you know, looking for the money. And at this point, I'm just like, hey, you want to go through my luggage? I'm the only one at this point that opened my luggage and pulled all my stuff out. Like, do you want to go through my luggage, sis, at this point? So she goes back upstairs and she's crying and all this other stuff. I understand you crying and stuff because you lost your $1,200. So at this point, I'm like, well, maybe she want her chicken wing because she do like to eat. I said, let me go take her wings up here. Maybe she'll, serve her up some of that liquor and she come to her senses and stuff and we could talk about it. No, she kept brushing me off, Steve. So I said, let me just take the wings, put them in the refrigerator. At this point, we playing games. Then all I hear is rumbling. She coming down with her luggage, bumping on the steps, putting the pants on. Talking about, I know who took my money. If y'all don't tell me who took my money. So at that point, I'm getting fed up at this point. If you know who took your money, sis, let us know who took your money so we can whoop their ass. What's up, hoe? What's up? I ain't even steal your ain't none of that. I never told you. Yes, you did. All y'all play that. You got to. All y'all play that. All y'all bum ass. The only thing you left me home. I did. Whatever.
Okay. You haven't seen her since the trip in Puerto
No.
Rico, right? How was the trip?
Depressing, like really. I ended up trying to have some fun, but it was depressing.
Yeah, because you got a lot of money.
Yes.
So you had $1,200 in your purse?
Yes, I did.
How did you discover that it was gone?
Well, we got to the beach, and I was about to pay for my food, and I was like, my money gone. Tiffany, bitch, you must be drunk. Ain't no money gone. Ain't nobody stole. You must have lost it and all this and that. I never said.
I didn't even say that.
Okay, let her talk. Let her
The
talk.
hell?
Go ahead.
Do you have your
No, go
time?
ahead. Talk to me. Talk to me.
You brought me here, not me.
Okay.
You
I never
had all
said
the time
she
to
got it. I
play.
never said. I just said my money gone. Me and Kiana left and went back to the house and checked. But I know for a fact I had my money. That night before we left the old house, I counted my money. That morning, I counted my money. When
So
we
you
got
knew
to the new
the
house,
money was gone, and even though you went back and looked, you kind of knew, like, I'm not
Yeah.
going to find this money.
You brought my name.
You the one who told
You
her to
brought
the
my
money.
name.
Okay. Let her talk.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Your
What's
name
up?
is irrelevant.
What's
I don't
up?
even speak on your name. No,
What's up?
y'all don't even stand these hoes.
If my name is irrelevant, why did when that lady you? Why you put my name in it? Why you put my name in it?
Delusional.
How was your trip in Puerto Rico?
My trip was good.
You liked it?
I had a good time.
Yeah, and what made it... How did you have a good time?
Because I had money.
Yeah.
Taronda, we've been knowing each other for over 20 years. And you know I would never, ever take anything from you. I just came to let you know that and to get to the bottom of this.
Now, both of these women come on the stage and they say they don't believe that Tiffany stole the money. But you kind of feel Tiffany did steal the money, right?
It's not really that. Like, I want to believe she didn't take it either.
Well, of
because-
course, nobody wants to believe that she took it
Right.
because friends stealing from friends is a terrible thing.
Right.
But you describe a situation where it's a little suspicious.
It is.
So she's creeping down the stairs, but you're thinking she already had the money and she wanted to put it back.
After the next day when the other girls told me she had her charger already, I was like, why she lie and say that she was looking for a charger?
Right.
So it just got me thinking, like, why was she sneaking down the stairs?
First of all, if you're going to charge her, you're not going to have a reaction like you got busted
Right.
looking for your charger.
And then she went right back up the stairs.
You were saying that she was having financial problems before she came on this trip.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about all that stuff until after everything happened.
And she was telling you she was having these financial
the
problems?
first day, yeah.
What
when we
did-
was at the first Airbnb.
Again, exactly what did she say to you?
So she was like, yeah, I'm facing an eviction and I didn't pay my car note just to come on this trip. And I was like, what?
Who would do that?
Right, like that's crazy.
Did you take them missing cash?
No.
How you doing, Terrell?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm having a great time. So, did you take the money?
No, Steve, I did not take the money.
Do you know Tiffany first pointed the finger at you, saying you took it?
Yes, I was told that after that they got back off the trip, and when we was at a cheer practice, they had told me that Tiffany said that.
Yeah. Did you leave the trip early also?
Yes,
Why did you leave early?
because I felt a different vibe from when we first got there. I understand that Ty lost her money, she was upset, but I was new to the group, and so I felt a different vibe, and so my mind told me it was time to go home, and that's what I did. I called my husband, and I went home.
Where's Tiffany? Yeah, I got some words for Tiffany. Because I'm the one that said she took the money. So I need to address her.
She said that you took the money?
No, I said she took it.
Did she take it?
I didn't see her, but the way she was acting, she took it.
Tell me about it.
So when we arrived to the beach, we all ordered our drinks, and when it was time to pay for the drinks, Tyranda went in her wallet, and she was like, "What is my money? Well, I only got $29. And then Tiffany goes, "Oh, you're a drunk bitch. You lost that money. You spent that money. If this your friend, why are you acting weird when
But she
she
said
says
she
lost her
doesn't even
money?"
drink.
She don't. Me or her don't drink.
Right. Yeah.
Bitch, you a lie.
denied.
Come on the stage, bitch.
But she says you came down, you had a
crazy.
really guilty reaction when she saw you, and then you were like, oh, and that you said you were looking for your charger.
Everything they done said is a lie. I don't even understand. Then they talking about my repo and my eviction. That ain't got nothing to do with this trip, and I didn't even
Were you
tell y'all
suffering
that.
financial
Y'all are
troubles?
following me on Facebook and Instagram.
I don't
I
follow
did not
you.
get my
Blocked us.
car
I
didn't
don't
go
follow
in
you.
repo. That was into July.
Right.
But
But
guess
I mean-
what? I still have my car. Yes, I did have
When
eviction.
you were going on the trip, were you having financial
No,
problems?
I was not. I
Okay.
hustle and grind for every dime I make, and Tyrone to know that. Like, come on.
All right, Dee Dee. Yeah. A little confusing for me. Huh? Okay, Dee Dee, you're up first. Do you have knowledge about where Tyranda's missing $1,200 went? You answered no. Did you witness anyone steal $1,200 from Tyranda? You answered no. Do you know for sure who took the missing $1,200 from Tyranda? You answered no. Back in May of 2023, while in Puerto Rico, did you steal Tyranda's missing $1,200? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Dee Dee told the truth. Tiana?
Yes.
Okay. You're up next. You look too sweet to steal.
I am.
Dang, what about me?
We asked you, do you have knowledge about where Tyranda's missing $1,200 went? You answered no. Did you witness anyone steal $1,200 from Tyranda? You answered no. Do you know for sure who took the missing $1,200 from Tyranda? You answered no. Back in May of 2023, while in Puerto Rico, did you steal Tyranda's missing $1,200? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Kiana told the truth. We asked you, do you have knowledge about where Tyranda's missing $1,200 went? You answered no. Did you witness anyone steal $1,200 from Tyranda? You answered no. Do you know for sure who took the missing $1,200 from Tyranda? You answered no. Back in May of 2023, while in Puerto Rico, did you steal Tyranda's missing $1,200? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Coco told the truth. So Tiffany came here, and we asked her, do you have knowledge about where Tyranda's missing $1,200 went? She answered no. Did you witness anyone steal $1,200 from Tyranda? She answered no. Do you know for sure who took the missing $1,200 from Tyranda? She answered no. Back in May of 2023, while in Puerto Rico, did you steal Tyranda's missing $1,200? She answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Tiffany did not tell the truth.
Like, I did not steal this girl money.
Okay, but you understand, I wouldn't do that to you, right? I never met you. Why would I pick you out of all these girls? I'd pick
If
you.
I stole her money, where's the money? We can go run. We
I
can
would
go run
guess
my
that you
bank
s-
statement.
I would
We
guess
go
that you
run all
spent
of
the
that.
money.
I did not steal no girl. I
Okay.
did not steal
Okay,
Tyrone the money.
okay, it's cash.
You tip.
me your money.
It's $1,200. It's not the end of the world. I know it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. You're all moms, right?
Yes.
Don't do anything stupid so you get put in the trick bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't do that. You know, you just go on with your life. And you know what you do? You make sure never you put yourself in a position where somebody can do that to you again.
Yes.
All
I
right?
just want to say this, Steve. I told her from the get-go, my first day meeting her, I said I ain't like her. And when stuff was coming up missing from the cheer team, I told them she was a thief.
Mo, she exposed herself today. Good luck to you.
Samantha, she was hard to raise. My daughter would lie a lot. She was out of control. She was drinking. She would party. She was pretty much on the street getting high. We would fight, and it got bad where we were hitting each other. She was 12 whenever she got pregnant. I tried to ask her who the daddy was, and she wouldn't tell me. Because the guy that she got pregnant with, he was like in his 30s. She got put in foster care. I didn't talk to her for a long time because she was mad at me because I gave her up to CPS. We went about 8 years not talking. It was hard giving her up, but it was just hard because we weren't getting along. We were always fighting, arguing. I just couldn't do it anymore. She was 18, then she was already put out of foster care. I tried to reach out to her so we could have a relationship, a mother and daughter relationship. But it was kind of hard to talk to her because she was still hurt because I gave her up. And till now, she still don't forgive me for it. As she got older, she accused one of my exes of rape at the age of 5. It's hard for me to believe that this man raped my daughter. And I told her that it wasn't true, that he wouldn't do stuff like that. As a mother, I would have seen signs, but she showed no signs. I don't understand why Samantha keeps bringing this man up. We haven't been together in who knows how many years. I no longer care about this man. I have nothing to do with him. I have no connection, nothing. I had told my daughter that I don't believe her, but now it's caused our relationship to fall apart. I'm sorry. Our relationship has fell apart because of the fact that I don't believe her. She don't talk to me like she used to, and I'm not able to see my grandbabies because of this situation. I want to be able to believe her, but it's hard. I just feel broken for not believing, because I don't believe her. If she passes the lie detector test, I'm going to have to apologize to my daughter. Even though I don't believe you, Samantha, I'm still going to love you regardless. I'm still your mother, and you're still my daughter. I'm hoping that we build a good relationship and talk more and become a family like we used to be. I do love my daughter, and I want her to be in my life.
Just for somebody to not believe their own child about something like that. Because I have kids and I would do anything to protect my child, regardless if I thought it was a lie or not, I would kill. And I know she wants a relationship with my kids, but it's just so hard to trust her, even if, like, after all this, because I feel like if you can't protect your own children, you're not going to protect your own grandchildren. And I don't want to put my kids in a situation for me to end up hurting somebody behind my kids. My earliest memories of me just being, I feel like it was every day that I was being sexually sodomized. And
You were being sodomized at what age?
I think, and I think it was like every day till I was like 5 or 6.
And you have memories of this?
Yes, I remember.
And do you remember at what age you tried to tell your mother that you were being sexually abused?
The day that my grandmother picked me up, because he had got caught doing it to another child. So CPS had got brought into our lives, and I finally came out and I said something about it. And my mom asked him, and he said he didn't do it. So she said that I was lying about it.
How old were you at the time?
I think I was around 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Being sexually abused, you know, in the most horrific way you can at that age, was there any good memories of your mother during your childhood?
No. Like, I always loved her, but I never understood why she would, like, let him do this. Like, when he would abuse, like, he would beat me really bad, and she would just sit there and watch, not do anything.
Now, you were taken away from your mother at 12 years old. Why was that?
Because I was pregnant at 12, and then we were always physically fighting, and they said that it wasn't safe for me to be in an environment like that. So she chose to give
You
me-
were fighting while you were pregnant?
Yes, me and her, like, physically.
Physically fighting? She would hit you?
I think I would hit her first, and then we would just be fighting.
What was that like to be pregnant at 12 years old?
I felt like that was all I had, and that I was about to have a child that I had to protect.
When you found out were you pregnant, were you scared?
Yes, I was scared for my mom to find out.
Yeah. But then she gave you up.
I stayed in placements, CPS placements.
Oh, CPS placed you in foster care?
Foster homes and stuff like that.
And when you were placed, did you ever tell anybody about the abuse?
Yes, and these investigators tried to do everything they could. They said there was a statute of limitations. So from there, I left it alone. I think I was about 15. And when I aged out of CPS and I was already 19, I moved back to Lubbock because I had to make the report where it happened. And I did. And the DA called me a year later and said that there was no physical evidence, that I took 14 years to make an outcry. And he's already a registered sex offender, so I was just like, how can you just keep...
Nobody did anything for you. Nobody got you
like,
justice.
they didn't even do a rape kit on me whenever...
Well, it's hard when
called.
your mother's calling you a liar, right?
Yeah. I could not believe you, Mama.
Samantha, I love you, Samantha. You're still my daughter.
I know, but still...
And I'm sorry that I didn't believe you.
What? I'm a little confused here. What don't you believe? Because on the tape, you call her a liar multiple times. This is your daughter, you're calling her a liar. What is she lying about?
That this happened because,
That she got raped?
yes.
You don't believe that she got raped?
No.
Even though this guy that she accuses of raping her, he went to prison for molesting other children, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. You know that for a fact, right? So is it a stretch to believe that he raped your daughter?
I never left him alone with her.
Oh, so it's no way possible it could have happened because you were always there?
I left him with his family, and he was always there with his family.
Answer the question. Did you always there? He never was alone with her?
I was always working.
Okay, so he was alone with her. So during that time you were working, he was watching your daughter. Is it possible he raped her?
I do not know.
You don't know? Okay, let me break it down here. She's 5 years old. And she says it might have happened even earlier. She's 5 years old. She's being sodomized. Okay? A grown man doing that to a 5-year-old. You didn't notice anything? Did you change her diaper? Did you give her baths?
She never showed no sign.
You saw nothing.
I used to wet the bed every single night and get my ass whooped for it.
So when she got pregnant, what did you do?
I couldn't do nothing about it.
But what did you do? Did you do anything?
No.
No. Did you find out who she got pregnant by?
No.
No. Why not?
Because she wouldn't.
See,
She wouldn't
I'd
tell
see
me.
that would have been the first thing I did. If for some reason, up until the age of, let's say 17, I've been hunting that dude down, man. Listen, you standing there like a dope is why it's why people get messed up and why they're screwed up, because their parents don't have a clue. Like I can't imagine ever going to sleep again until I find out who got my 12-year-old daughter pregnant. I'm going to find that dude. I'm going to make sure that guy gets put away if I don't kill him first. All right, Samantha, you're up first.
Okay.
We asked you, are you fabricating a story that you were sexually abused by your mother's ex as a child? You answered no. Were you sexually abused by your mom's ex when you were a child? You answered yes. The results came back the same, and it came back that Samantha told the truth. All right, Crystal, you came here. You weren't even going to take a test, but your daughter wanted you to take it, so you took it. And we asked you, at the time, did you have any knowledge of your daughter being molested by your ex? You answered no. Did you ever observe your daughter being sexually abused by your ex? You answered no. The results came back the same to each question, and it came back that Crystal did not tell the truth.
Oh my God.
I didn't even know he was doing anything to you.
How? It's it.
You failed.
So it's lying.
You failed for watching.
I didn't watch
Oh my
anything.
God.
You failed for observing the guy sexually abusing your daughter.
I didn't watch anything. I wasn't even there.
The guy went to jail for molesting children. And you, according to her, which I gotta imagine she's more of a truth teller than you begged the guy to take you back. And even this guy, the child molester, said, "No, I don't want you back." Anything else you want to say?
No, because that's a lie.
You are a despicable mother, one of the worst that's ever graced this stage. I mean, horrible. You want to relate? I don't know how the hell you have a relationship with your daughter, but you are one of the worst mothers I've ever met in my life. Get the off my stage. I mean,
I didn't know that she knew. Like, I kind of felt like maybe, but I didn't really think.
I have to say this because, like with everybody that comes on this stage, we don't know her. First time we ever met her. Whatever the results are, we're not. Why would we want to sandbag your mom? But like I said, it's not even like, oh, it's so crazy to you. You've had these thoughts for 20 years. You knew she knew. You know, I just think it's unbelievable. I'm not trying to sway you, because you know what? I hear every child, even though you're a grown woman, there's still a child in us that we all want our mother. You know, I've had people on the mothers. This is one of the worst, and I know there's still that little girl in you saying, "I want mommy." It's the most probably natural thing in mankind is, I want my mommy. But now if you want a relationship with her, you have your eyes open, and you know what kind of monster she is.
I've been had my eyes open, but I just didn't.
Yeah. Well, now you know. And I'm sorry your truth got confirmed. But whatever happens with your mom, you got to protect your kids. Good luck to you.
What can I do?
We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk with you. Nia and Sosa started out as friends with benefits, but ended up with an adorable baby boy. She says there's a 50% chance that Sosa is the father, because he wasn't the only man she was hooking up with. And Sosa has been afraid to bond with the baby out of fear he'll get attached. But he says if he is the father, he'll do the right thing. Take a look.
I had known Sosa for years. We worked together and we grew up together in the same neighborhood.
I've known Nia probably about maybe a little less than a year.
Sosa and I were pretty much friends with benefits.
I would say wouldn't be friends with benefits, but maybe just benefits, I guess you could say.
It was casual. One week I would be with Sosa, the next week I would be with the other guy.
She found herself into a sticky situation, and now we're all in a sticky situation. And we're trying to figure out how to get out of that sticky situation.
When I first found out I was pregnant, I instantly thought it was Sosa because Sosa was the first person that I was hooking up with before the other guy. And sometimes we wouldn't use a condom. That is another reason why I feel like he is the father.
We used a condom every time. Not once did we not. Safe sex is great sex.
Sosa started becoming distant right after I told him that I was pregnant. He didn't want anything to do with it. Then a couple months go by, he reaches back out. He tells me that, he's pretty much sorry that he left me by myself with the whole pregnancy and that he couldn't see himself turn his back on something that he helped create it.
I wasn't involved in pregnancy at all, pretty much. She texted me, I think, a little bit before and after, and that was pretty much it.
We pretty much talked about baby showers, gender reveals, baby names.
No, I didn't have any type of say-so with any type of names or pretty much anything else.
I was very happy that he wanted to be involved in the pregnancy. Like, I thought that we were going to be a family, I thought that he was going to actually do the right thing.
I'm not going to say I don't have feelings for her, but as far as, relationship commitment-wise, no.
One day at work, Sosa had got into a fight with another coworker at work over me. The other guy that he got into a fight with was the other guy that I was sleeping with around the time I was sleeping with Sosa. I felt like he was defending my honor when they got into a fight over me.
I wouldn't really call it a fight. It was pretty one-sided, but yeah.
I'm really, really, really hoping that Sosa is the father because I've seen him really, really interact great with kids. He's really great with his nieces and nephews. And I feel like, well, not feel like, but I know he'll be a great father figure for my son.
I don't want to be the dad. I just got a lot going on right now, and I just can't. It'll be a lot of stress, a lot more stress.
I mean, could there be two more extreme views on this? You're seeing it one way and he's seeing it completely opposite.
Of course, that's what most guys do, right?
I don't know. I mean, are you saying what you're saying is the truth?
Yes, this is
Okay.
truth. He's
So
lying.
he's lying.
Definitely lying.
Yeah. What is your relationship with Sosa?
Right now, it's really no relationship. This would be the first time in about a year, almost 2 years that I saw him.
Yeah. It's been almost 2 years since you saw him?
Yes.
When's the last time you slept with him?
It's the last time I saw him.
Which was when?
Last night.
So you slept with him last night?
Yes.
But you haven't seen him in 2 years before that?
No.
So what was that like? You haven't seen him. You believe he's the father of your son, right?
It's 50-50.
50-50. So
Yeah.
you're pretty honest about it.
Yes.
What about the other guy? Does he know he could be the father?
Yes, I definitely, as soon as I found out, I kept in contact with both. The other guy I haven't talked to since, I want to say April of last year.
No, he says he wasn't involved with the pregnancy at all.
No, he wasn't. I was alone. I delivered my son by myself and everything.
Yeah. You didn't put a man's name on the person?
No, not at all.
Now, you were saying you weren't using condoms, and he said, hey, we used a condom every time.
No, we did it. I know how we did it, when we did it, and where we did it.
Yeah. He says he doesn't want to be the dad. How do you feel about that?
It hurts, but he's missing out. My son's not missing out on someone that doesn't want to be a part of his family.
Any chance that you get back together with Sosa?
No.
No, I mean,
Baby, so cute.
looks like Sosa, right? Looks like him.
So cute.
Did you use protection last night?
Now, Steve. Come on now. Do you think I would?
What if you got pregnant again is my point.
No. I wouldn't get pregnant again. Yes, we did.
Okay, very good. Hey, I just don't want you.
Nah, I won't be back on your show.
It's
I'm good. I'm good. I am good.
Famous last words. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you got 2 kids already, and it's got to be tough, right?
Yeah, 2 is
and
enough.
and nobody's helping you, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. But do you think Sosa will help if he is the dad?
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he does.
All right. Well, we'll find out. Let's meet Sosa.
Hello, hello, hello.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Hello. How you doing?
Tell me you went to dinner together last night at least, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Unfortunately, no.
So, but you ended up together last night. How
Yeah.
was that?
Oh, great.
It was great.
Great.
Did you have any reservations at all?
Reservations as in what?
Having sex. You
Depends
know
who you
why
ask.
you're here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're taking a
It wasn't
DNA.
like premeditated type of thing. It just.
I'm sure it wasn't, but as the clothes are coming off, didn't you say, I might be taking another DNA test? No. That thought didn't cross your mind?
No.
See, that would have been the
See,
first
she
thing
said there
crossed
was
my
liquor
mind.
involved.
There was a lot of liquor.
Yeah, not a lot, but
Oh,
enough.
no.
It was
Enough.
Yeah.
But not so much where you couldn't, you know.
Yeah, no, it wasn't incoherent, but.
Yeah. Any chance that you're the father?
She says 50-50.
Put that baby back up. You never met the baby. Okay, take it. Now, what do you think the chances are?
She
Put a
says
little
50-50.
It's. I wish we could superimpose a little beard on that kid, right? Like, I mean, he looks just like you, man.
He's adorable. Yeah, he definitely is adorable.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you're adorable. No, you're obviously. Okay. She's saying you didn't use condoms, and you're saying you use condoms all the time.
That's my friend. Like, it's mine. I know him. I know what I did with it. And
So what you're saying is true. There's no way the baby could be used.
I'm not saying there's no way, because even condoms say like 99.9, so.
Yeah,
It's
but
not a for sure
if you
thing, but-
did use it,
Yeah.
it's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, I'd say.
It took me some time to let it set in, but you're not in this by yourself. I can't see myself turn. Oh, okay. So if you're the dad,
Yeah, I'm not
you
gonna.
sent that text.
Yeah, I'm not. I couldn't see myself not doing the right thing. I wasn't raised like that.
Right. I mean, listen, nobody's saying. This isn't a story about, oh, you did this and you did, or we
Yeah, we're
cheated.
not pointing fingers
No,
at
there's
all.
not. There's nothing like that going on. And you're saying if it is your
Yeah.
son, that you would help, because you know
Yeah.
she's a single mom
Yeah,
with
she's a
2.
great mother too, by the way.
She's a great mother.
Great mother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any chance that you two could end up together?
Probably not.
Sosa doesn't like to be a woman man. He likes
I don't know.
to.
I'm
He's
hard
You like
for
being with a
relationships.
lot of women.
No, not a lot. Not a lot. I'm picky. It's just I'm not good at relationships.
She became pregnant at some point. Could
Mm-hmm.
be you, could be. But you said 50-50. It's only 2 options,
Yes.
right? Okay. And she believes it's you, so you came here, you took a DNA test, Sosa. And the results of that DNA test is that you are not the father of Louise.
I'm sorry.
Okay. There's no hard feelings.
Because you had stated you wanted him to be the dad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, man.
Is there any chance that maybe it's not the other guys?
No, it's definitely the other guys.
Yeah. Would you like to bring him on?
No, it might be better without him.
So you don't even want to know, like,
No.
after this, you wouldn't even want another test?
No,
Yeah,
he's been fine where he is now.
Yeah.
He's got his mom.
yeah. You know, I just met you first of all, I love her because she's very candid. And she's
Yeah,
not.
she's dope. She's definitely a dope.
Right. And you seem like a nice guy. So I could see where you were hoping that this would be the case. Because you seem, and you said you'd be willing to help. And that was nice of you. And
That's just
unfortunately.
being a man. That's what you're supposed
But,
to do.
you know, hey, to watch
Yeah,
my show, you
nowadays,
see a lot of guys that aren't,
Yeah.
you know, stepping forward. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. You know, you're doing a good job. He says you're a great mom. I know it hurts you, but I'm sure both of you little guys will be fine. And I wish you all the best. And
Thank you.
I hope you find somebody that, you know, that'll be there for you, and you'll be there for them, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Most people know that I started my television career working security on the Jerry Springer Show. And back in 1996, I was sent to get a young girl off the streets. Posey had run away from home, was addicted to drugs, and had been prostituting. And I went to get her and brought her back to our studio so she could reunite with her mom. Here's a clip from that Jerry Springer Show.
What would you do if you knew your daughter was living on the streets as a prostitute and she was only 13 years old? Well, I'd like you to meet my next guest, Posey. She was on the streets by the age of 12, and by the age of 13, she was using heroin and prostituting herself. Tell us, you're what, 17 now? Tell us what life was like back then, how it got started.
What it was like. At first it was really fun, and I didn't know who I was, and so I didn't know where to go, and I was scared, and I went out to the streets. And
You ran away when you were 12?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Problems with my family. I was selling pot, is what I did to make money, and my friend owed me some money, and so she said, come with me, and she went out and turned a trick real quick, and it took her like 5 minutes, and she came back with all this money. And I was like, why am I sitting around hardly making any money trying to sell drugs? And so after that, I just figured it was a good idea. I just ignored whatever else the rest of me said.
At the age of 13, had you had any sexual experience before?
Yes. It was with my mom's boyfriend. Okay?
Okay. You make a good point. So you were abused at what age?
9.
And what did you tell your mom about that? And she didn't respond appropriately, which is why you ultimately ran away.
It has a lot to do with it. It was a lot of time later, but.
I see.
But
Okay.
my mind started, you know.
Okay, here is your mom, and her name is Laura. Let's bring her up.
You know, Posey, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. A lot, one of which you just announced on national TV. And I'm so very sorry for that. And we all know that I was using at that time. But what I can tell you is that no matter what, you are my daughter. No matter what, I will love you for the rest of my life, and you belong with me. We all love you, and we don't want you to go back out there and do that anymore. I don't want anybody to ever, ever touch you wrong again.
For 6 months now, you've been clean, no prostitution, no drugs?
Yeah.
And your mom's afraid now that you're going to go back to that.
When life is hard. I'm not used to life. Life is weird for me. It was always, you know, getting another bag of dope, or it was getting some more money. It was never, you know, problems, real problems. I didn't have to worry about that. And sometimes when I have real problems, I just don't want to deal with it. It's hard. And all the stuff that I ignored for all those years come back all at once. It all hits me all at the same time. And I'm not used to having a parent. You weren't a parent before. And it's hard for me to listen to you and not be angry at you all the time, and I don't want to hurt you.
I'll be back with a final thought, but the thought I got to tell you now is you got everybody really hoping and praying that you stick with it. You could have a great life. It's not too late for you, it really is. We'll be right back. Help me out.
Please welcome Posey to the show. How you doing? I certainly didn't think I'd ever see you again. I mean, that was about 30 years ago, and that was probably the first time the show had sent me out to look for somebody. I was going to get you, and then I was going to go after the guy that had you out on the streets. And I remember it was Valentine's Day, 1996, I remember that. And it was in Seattle. We went out to Seattle, and it was a beautiful day, which people thought, oh, it rains all the time, and I still have these vivid memories. And the memories I have of that day was you show me where you slept outside, where you did a trick. And you were so young. And so I was looking at him like I couldn't believe this young girl. You told me where you got stabbed. I mean, you were just telling me horror story after horror story, and I couldn't believe that this young girl was living this life.
I remember that. And the sad part is that it didn't end there. It didn't end there because I went back to it. I've been back to that life for a really long time.
After you were on the Springer Show?
Yes, after I was on the Jerry Springer
Yeah.
Show.
When you look back and you watch that clip, what do you think?
It's hard to watch. It's really hard to watch. I have 2 daughters now. One of them is the exact age that I was in that clip. And it is very hard to imagine my beautiful daughter who goes to high school and has a normal life living that way. But for some reason, I can feel that way when I relate it to her. However, all these years, I wasn't able to love myself enough to know that I deserved better. But I figured that out. I did finally figure that out.
How long? How long did you go back to that life for?
I've been clean for 3.5 years now.
All right. Good for you. But I mean, you obviously left prostitution much earlier.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
And what about the guy? Because I remember when I went out there with you when we were looking for that guy. We couldn't find him, and I remember we traveled all over Seattle.
He had been hiding from us.
Yeah.
He knew. You and Jerry had effectively scared everyone away from me. Nobody was going to try to put me on the street again after that.
After your mom came on the show, and she obviously had some regrets. Did the relationship between you and mom get better?
You know, my mom said all the right things. My mom said all the right things.
Yeah.
But the pain was still there. And the pain is still there.
Now, you were a young girl and you were on drugs. And like you said, you've been sober now for 3 years. How hard was it to get off after a lifetime of doing that?
It was really hard. And honestly, I was offered the help because I did have my daughter. I had my daughter addicted to drugs. I was on heroin while I was pregnant with her, and I was,
so your daughter
I was
became
smoking
addicted?
meth. She was not addicted to drugs when she was born. She didn't go through any withdrawal miraculously, but they did remove her from my custody, and that was the day that I said, this addiction will not take one more thing from me. Not one more thing. Not one more child. Not one more experience. And it's not going to kill me.
No.
It's not going to kill me.
Now, I'm told that you love to mentor young girls who might be going with some of the things that you dealt with.
I honestly think that people who have made it out are not lifted up enough because they're the ones that can show people the way. I think that if someone has found the way out, they can show other people the way out.
Yeah.
And so even though I still do feel a lot of shame and it's very embarrassing to be here, and this has all been put away for a long time, I mean, it's hard, but...
Yeah, but you know what? You shouldn't be embarrassed. I think it's a great testament to yourself that, you were failed as a child. You went through horrible, horrible experiences, and you managed to get through it. You're here today and you're sober. You should be very proud of yourself.
I'm very proud.
I can't remember what I did last week or what I taped last week, but I remember I took you to dinner. I remember what you ate, what you ordered.
Really?
Isn't this crazy? You ordered prime rib, and you ate that thing in 2 seconds. And I remember thinking, do you want another one? And you're like, no, I'm good. And because you weren't eating right on the streets, and I think that was the first decent meal you had in a long time. And the other thing that you should know is there was a young producer that sent me out to Seattle to find you and find the guy. Do you know who that young producer was? She turned into my wife, who's standing right over there. Okay. Get that out of there. I mean, I think about so much. So, like a year after that, about almost to the day, a year later, me and my wife started dating. But when I look at that picture there, obviously I still had hair then. I was a Chicago policeman still. So my life was completely different back then. And 31 years later, it's great to see you. It's great to know that you're in a good place. You got daughters. You're a mom. You're sober. Hey, listen. Don't ever be ashamed. Be proud that you made it through that. Most people couldn't. And I can't believe that I'm seeing you all this time later, and it takes me back down memory lane. and I'm so glad you're here.
I am too. Can I add one thing? The part that you guys didn't see is that after that show, Jerry actually brought me back into his office. I don't know if anybody knew that, but Jerry actually brought me back into his office and offered to put me through college if I got clean. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said they had a special fund. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he was
He would have
just going
paid
to do it.
out of his own pocket. That's the kind of guy he was.
I'm kind of thinking that, actually.
Yeah, he was a
But
wonderful guy.
He did offer it to me. I didn't get clean in time to take him up on that, but it's always been a fond memory that I have of Jerry, and so I just wanted to
And you
add
know
that.
what? I really appreciate you doing that today and saying nice things about Jerry. And we both had that shared experience with him, that he was a wonderful man, and his show maybe was the start of getting you clean and getting you off the streets. And it obviously did a lot of wonderful things in my life. So nice to see you, and please stay in touch.
Absolutely.
Very nice to meet you.
Really good to see you.